This is my BMW M3, and today we're at my dad's workshop to turn it into my dream spec car. These seats, they sit too high, they've got to go. And we've got to swap out the steering rack.
Because this one's far too slow.
Yeah, tell you what, it's not a bad car this. The parking sensors have just fixed themselves for the first time in 2 years.
They work now. Could have done with them a few weeks ago. And don't tell Tom, but I don't know how to turn the parking sensors off, so I left them on. It's his fault that his don't work. He's miles away from the curb.
Right, so there are two things that we're basically working on today, the seats and the rack. One thing I don't like about the M3, and I think you echoed this as well.
You sit far too high.
Way too high, yeah. And it's not a bad driving position, but it's not
not sporty enough for an M3.
And that's where these come in. So these are Cobra Nagaro Munich edition seats. So these are basically modern day replicas of the seats which went in the CSL 20 years ago. And they are, well, first of all, incredibly light.
They are ridiculous.
Like, ridiculous.
Like, that's one hand, no problem.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm so excited to get these in. We've got all of the runners, the base plates, everything we need to do. It should, in theory, be bolt out and bolt in.
Should.
Yeah,
yes.
I know.
Keyword, should.
Cut to shots of angle grinder and swearing and all of that stuff. Oh, whacked me right in the face, that did.
Oh! Ow! So, steering rack, fair bit to undo, shouldn't be too complicated. Got to get the track roll ends off, unbolt everything, disconnect power steering lines, and then in theory, it should all come out nicely. Now this has got a green tag rack on it, which is a little bit floppy.
Can I just say, we think it's got a green tag rack on it. We don't know.
I'm kind of convinced it might have a purple tag, because I'm sure most of these came with purple tags, but...
Here's what I think, right?
Yes.
I think standard M3, which is what this is, green tag rack.
Yes.
CS, purple tag rack. CSL, black tag.
Yes.
So we need to double check, but I'm fairly certain it's a green tag rack on this.
Yeah. Oh,
let's have a look.
He's right.
Hey!
It is a green tag.
I told you.
Oh, I'll take that back then.
Does that mean it's got to be changed then?
It
Yes.
does mean it's got to be changed. Shit. That was early lunchtime, bath at 4 in the afternoon. Like, that was...
Down the pub, happy days.
You can see where the money went on this car.
Yeah, about here, Tom starts to run out of money,
Yeah.
as it seems. And
well, it costs a lot. It's an expensive car to fix. So the difference between a green tag and a purple tag rack basically is ratios. So the green tag is what came with the E46 M3 originally. The purple tag is what they put in the CS. And essentially, it's a quicker rack. It gives a bit more feedback. We're going to mate it with a solid metal coupler. And it should, I reckon, make the car feel more alive.
give you a lot more confidence in the corners. Makes the front end just feel a bit quicker and a bit nicer.
Yeah, basically what I felt when I drove this car originally is that you have to do a bit more steering than you expected. So hopefully that will negate some of this. You've got 3 different ways of doing it. You've got the green tag, which is the standard E46 M3. You've got the purple tag, which is what we're putting in, and then the CSL had the black tag. We're going sort of halfway, basically. It's not too quick, but it should improve feedback and make the car feel a bit more responsive.
So another thing we're changing is this lower arm. Tom took it on brand a while ago and noticed there's a bit of play coming from this side. So nice new lower arm to go in, be lovely.
Yeah, and this is an OEM BMW one as well. So when I was looking around and trying to find one, you could either get a second-hand one, you could get a pattern part, or you could get this one from BMW. And actually the OEM BMW one was like 40 quid more than a pattern one. So as I had to buy bits for the steering rack and power steering lines and stuff, it made sense to just get it while we were there. Also true, yeah, the bloke I bought this off of, who I won't name, it was a complete arsehole. You won't find better, so he said. And then when I drove it home and 10 miles in, the brakes all failed. I kind of realised that I was in a bit too deep. There you go.
Ta-da.
I'm assuming you've never got that wrong because you've still got all 5 of your fingers. Yeah.
Shiny.
So let me know.
Much, yeah.
If you look at the state of this compared to this.
That's probably alone why the steering feels so crap.
Yeah. So what are you doing? Sorry, talk me through it.
We've got to get the track rod ends off first to get the boots off to unscrew the inner rack joints.
Right.
Then you've got to try and set that up because that's where your coupling goes on.
Right, okay.
But they normally have a master spline, but this one hasn't, so you could put it on any way you like. So you could be driving down the road with the steering wheel upside down if you wanted to.
I set myself on fire with a blowtorch.
I can well believe
Had a leak in it and I still thought it'd be fine, and I lit it and I went up with the blowtorch.
So we're going to do a quick Peter Purvis on it while we're there. Even I can do an oil and filter change.
You reckon?
I can do that.
You
I need to get the practice
You reckon
in.
you can get the sump plug out
yeah.
without making a mess and splooging on yourself?
I've done a service before. So what's the forfeit?
Lunch.
Lunch?
Yeah.
No, that's for you because you were late.
I wasn't late. You said 8 o'clock. I got to yours at 7:56.
At 8 o'clock here, that was the point. You didn't get...
Well, you didn't tell me that.
Wait.
You said 8.
You know that thing between your ears?
Yes.
Yeah, it's called a brain.
I don't have one of those.
Use it. But we need a gas bottle because he's run out of gas. So we're off on a road trip in the world's shittest Jag. to go and get some gas. Bit of a left field buy, and I'm not sure how it's going to go. It costs 1,500 quid.
What? Healthy.
Well, do you want to carry it in the front?
What?
The car's filthy anyway.
If we die, we die.
Put it in the front.
We die
There's
like
no
real
gas
men.
in it, that's why we're going out.
Well, you never know.
It'll be fine.
Info!
That's not good.
I guarantee that DPF blocked. Oh, bugger. He's broken it already.
Jesus.
Good old Jag living up to his name. Reliable as ever. Look at that parking. Typical Jag owner, you are.
Yeah.
So we nipped out for a bottle of gas.
Yeah, we
you
broke
broke the
the
Jag,
car.
and now the angle grinder's out. How would you say today's going?
It's a 3.5 at the moment, isn't
Yeah.
it? Really? I mean, I've just broken the car that we're supposed to be working on tomorrow. So
Yes.
that bodes well, doesn't
And
it?
we've still got seats to do. Couple of beers, we'll be ready.
Couple of beer. Another thing we're replacing is the steering coupler. This is the original one, which has just come off with a green tag rack. And if you then look up here, you'll see we've got a solid metal one. So we've gone from this rubber one into this solid metal one. Obviously, it gives a bit better feedback, stops the dead zone basically in the middle of the wheel. So it should mean that it's just that, again, a little bit more responsive. It's all just the little bits really to add up.
So it's heating it up. The reason you heat it up when it's seized is the heat will make the metal expand, which should, in theory, break up all the rust and the corrosion. So hopefully, once it's nice and hot, it should just crack off nicely.
Can I just say, not that he's doing it today, but I've seen my old man do this with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth and a bit of rubber on fire next to the gas cylinder. So if anyone wants to complain about health and safety, this is actually quite healthy and safe for the Neil Brooks standard of restorations.
In the plums. Good shot.
So now we're doing the other side, and the old man's decided that he wants to have a cigarette, so he's left me to do this for the next 10 minutes. His exact instructions were, don't hit the knob, but he was fine to hit mine. Right, while he's doing that, it's probably a good idea that we get on with doing the oil and filter change, because obviously it needs doing, and it makes sense to do it while the car is in a state of disrepair.
Ooh.
You
The
dick.
ramp there. Do you know where the oil filter is?
It's not that. Is that?
Well, I don't know, is it?
I don't know.
You should know.
I ain't got a clue. Right, you can be in charge of the ramp then. Come on, T-boy.
T-boy? Hang on.
You're telling me what to do, I ain't got a clue.
You're the apprentice here,
Don't
aren't
know
you?
what I'm doing.
Here he goes. Hey!
Oh, nearly.
He only splooged a little bit. that
Black as
is.
Newgate's knocker, that is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like diesel oil.
It's
Black.
proper laminar flow on it,
Christ.
isn't it? You can't even see the flow of it. It's so thick. It's like 1060, so it's proper thick oil.
Yeah.
Just for an idea of science, that rack is 3 turns lock to lock. Well, 3 1/4 is what the old one was. It's now 3 turns lock to lock on the new one, so it's a quarter turn quicker. So we're reusing the old gaiters because we didn't have new ones, so they've kind of been put on with cable ties, which is a temporary fix, but also new track rod ends. And then we've got the lower arm to do. Oh, and the new power steering line, and jobs are good.
How much do you reckon this kebab came up to?
So three
three
kebabs and some
plus
chips.
3 drinks and a portion of cheesy chips.
Well, I mean, that's probably going to be, what, 40 quid?
65 quid.
Jesus,
nearly fell over.
did you bend over before or after you paid for it?
Wow.
65 quid.
Yes.
This is the new power steering line, by the way, which is one of the ones that's going on. So basically, obviously we've replaced the wrap. This has all been done, new track rod ends, etc. This is the only line we couldn't replace because BMW don't actually make it anymore. So we're going to leave it as it is for now, hope that it holds on, and then if it does start to leak, I'll have to find either a second-hand one that's decent or try to get one manufactured. What Dad's doing at the moment is basically bleeding the power steering fluid. So obviously we've replaced the rack, which means you've got to replace all of the fluid, which it needed anyway. So yeah, he's just topping it up and basically just getting all the air out of the system. So just turning it from lock to lock a few times, and obviously also checking for leaks as well, because this was a second-hand steering rack and it only cost 140 quid. So we just need to make sure there's nothing pissing out the bottom of it. Because if it is, then it's a bad decision. Oh, no!
Please tell me you got that.
Say, oh, that went me right in the face, that did.
He turned the rim wipers on.
Plastic flew off. Came out with just my t-shirt on. She just looked at me and went, have you shit your pants? Lovely. Thank you. Right, now it's on to seats, so we've got to move the car. It's my first time using this new rack, so let's see what it's like. Hey, it does feel a bit quicker.
Does it feel all right?
Feels a bit quicker, that.
Yeah, it should do.
Well, you would hope so. I mean, that it literally is the name of the game. Let's organise everything so that we've got...
You're so organised.
And
it's so annoying.
But it's good. I've got my seat and you've got your seat. So you put your seat pile over there and I'll put my seat thing over here, yeah?
Okay, if you say so.
So that's everything. Huge thank you, by the way, to Cobra for helping us out with a bit of discount on these seats. Really impressed so far with the quality of the seats. Think they're great. Not so sure they're going to be so easy to get in because I've never done this before. But we'll see. Let's get to it.
Should we get the old ones out?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that. Should we have a race?
A race?
Yeah.
Have we got enough tools to have a race?
Oh no, I need to go forward.
Right, that's that. Okay, so now I've got to get the electrical connector out, haven't I?
Yeah.
Don't like electrical connectors, Lewis.
Bye.
Oh, get on, you bastard. Ah, there we are.
Oh no!
I'm out.
Oh, Christ almighty. I win!
What's that, like half a second? Oh, hang on. We've got some treasure here. Come and have a look at this.
Have you found goodies?
I have. I've found...
What have you found?
I've found £1.06.
There you go, you got a bit of money back on lunch.
£1.06, lovely. One thing that's always good to do when you're taking seats out is to vacuum the carpet. So let's do that. Oh, what is that?
It's an acupuncture needle.
An acupuncture?
Yeah.
Why is there an acupuncture
I have
needle?
no idea. Oh, what the f is this for?
Hello viewers, a momentous occasion has just arisen. We've been discussing for 10 minutes the diagram that we've been given about how to mount this, and Lewis has been adamant that the diagram is wrong and that the mounts should be this way up. And I said, no, that doesn't seem right because the diagram says the other way around. He said, no, it's got to be this way around. And now, after 10 minutes of arguing, we finally decided that it is, in fact, correct. The people that, manufactured the product gave us the diagrams. Anyway.
Now we've got to figure out where the hole goes.
Hey.
So you can...
Yeah.
Scooshy.
Sorry. Sorry, you can do what?
Scooshy, back and forth.
Look at what you've done to the bloody mouse, you filthy bastard.
Well, you don't normally complain.
Hang on, I'll do what I normally do.
You rough.
Told you I'm good with my hands. Hello, Mrs. Davis.
And again. Where's the hole? Bring it over.
Oh, it's definitely heavier with the base on.
Yeah, don't hit either one of the cars with the base.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest, I've got more to lose in terms of that than you do.
Yeah.
Oh,
right, bring it forward.
Oh,
I like that. They look very good.
Good.
That looks all right, that does. That looks very good. They look very...
That, I do like
Step
that.
out, let's see how they look with them. Look at that. Oh, nice.
That is cool.
I like that
That
a
is
lot.
cool. That actually has made my day.
So obviously these seats are electric. They are not. But we need to take the seatbelt buckle off of the old chairs to put onto the new chairs. But they have the sensor on them that bongs at you when you don't have your seatbelt. Now, if we don't put it in, you're obviously going to have a light on the dash. But the problem we've got is it's all one loom, including the electric motor and everything. So we just need to figure out a way around that.
You can chop these wires if you want.
Yeah, that's what I thought, yeah. Because that's just for the motors, isn't it?
Right, so I reckon we bring the back down. What do you reckon? Do you reckon bring the back down and the front?
Do you see what I mean? If you're up, you might be sat too much like that.
Yeah, but it's not.
We can try. I'll let you do the honours. You're very good at that. Oh. Christ almighty, Tom, you're battering them already.
None of that. This could be polished out. just, you know. Oh yeah, you see, I think I prefer that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's your car. If that's how you prefer it, have it like that.
Well, you park your arse in that. You tell me what you think. I think that's better.
Have I got a dirty bum?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Oh yeah.
I think that's better.
Yeah, that's nice. Like so. Oh, Tom. God, that's a smelly one there. Christ.
He just walked over and he went. Oh!
Ow!
Yeah, I told you.
Splinter.
Yeah, it's not a splinter, it's metal, look, underneath.
Oh, that hurt.
Bottom and then...
Whoa! Stop moving it.
Stop moving it!
You stop moving it.
Oh,
So that took an hour and a half
To do one seat.
to do one seat.
Yeah, but now we know.
I hate seats. I'd rather take an engine out than do seats.
See, all there.
Right, let's waz a bolt in. As soon as you push back, you're just going to end up in the boot. Moment of truth. Bugger. Oh, for
Right, so the seat's now in, which is good, but we're having to make some adjustments to make sure that the runners work, because basically we did it all up and then realised that there was a gap of like about that much, like an inch or something on one side. I've never done this before, and Dad has done it many times before because I always give him cars to do. Now the seat's in, it's sort of in the position that I want it to be in, which is great, and we're just going to tighten everything up, and hopefully on one side we should now be done.
So, as it turns out, it's been a very, very long day, and I stupidly put the runner on upside down. Spent about half an hour wondering why the lines wouldn't line up. Turns out I'm an idiot. Time's now 5 o'clock, and what time did we start?
Not 5 o'clock.
2:30, wasn't it?
Maybe. I think we're done.
That was a ball ache.
That was a ball
I
ache.
don't want to do that again.
Let's get insight from the man who actually did most of the work on those seats, even though we tried to ourselves. How was it? Scale of 1 to...
Yeah, ball ache. Yeah, it's not as bad as that Renault. 6 out of 10. The Renault was a 10 because it was on the verge of being burnt.
So we've got a seat occupancy sensor light on. Basically, when your bum sits in the seat, it's like a pressure sensor to say that you're in the seat, and if your seatbelt isn't on, it starts bonging at you. Shouldn't bong at us, but obviously we've cut wires to make everything work, so it just needs to be resoldered and rewired basically, which we can't do today because it's 5 o'clock. I think we need to go for a drive and see what we reckon of the changes.
Yeah, I think we should as well.
I'm liking the seats though.
I'm liking the seats. It's so much lower down. It's so much better.
Yeah, I mean, that so, I don't know if you can see that.
Here we are, Tom. We're in a straight line, and the
Steering's
steering's that's pissed as anything.
That is. Yeah, we need to get some tracking done on that, don't we?
Yeah.
I actually feel like I'm part of the car. I mean, aside from the fact the steering's at a 20-degree angle going in the straight line, and the seatbelt lights on.
Yeah, again, Sharpie pen, jobs are good. Problem for another day. How does the steering feel other than being on the piss?
It definitely feels a bit...
Oh, it does feel, oh, that's a lot sharper.
It's definitely sharper, isn't it? Like, I think it's hard to tell without having had the tracking done. And a solid coupler as well is definitely going to add to that, isn't it? It's just, I love this car
I love the
so
E46.
much.
You just can't, there's just something about them. If you don't like E46 M3s, you're wrong. It feels like such a race car now, it has bucket seats.
It does, yeah.
It makes you just want to go on a track day now. Yeah, I'm disappointed you didn't just clutch kick it out the bend then.
Sorry.
God.
I'll never get bored
You'll
of
never
that.
get tired. That noise is just... Here he goes. Jesus Christ, I hate being a passenger. Oh my God.
Let's be honest, if you want an E46 M3, you would love a CSL, wouldn't you? And I'm not sitting there trying to replicate it from the point of view that like I'm trying to make a fake one or whatever. But it's
just the minor details, a nice set of seats in it. I mean, I think if the standard seats, if they sat lower, you wouldn't need to change them.
But I tell you what, today has been, all things considered, actually a really fun day. It's been really nice.
Well, we've got everything done, and it's still daylight outside, I shall say, great success.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been really nice to actually work on cars for once and learn some things and enjoy some things, and it's been good.
It's not too bad getting out of these either.
No.
For most bucket seats, it's not an elegant process.
I'm impressed with that. I think we've done a good thing.
I think we did a good job.
Absolutely. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have making it. The M3 is exactly how I want it to be. Take care, and we'll see you on Motoring Misfits next time.
See you next time.